What is going on, people? It is football and chill weekend. I know people watch Netflix, but it's your boy Mo, and you got Cass right here with me. Cass, how are you today? It is football and chill. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but first, I want to say hi to everybody here. Hit that like button and say hi to my friend Cass. What is going on, my friend, of this beautiful weekend?
Just been chilled out, man. There's obviously not a lot of football going on other than the internationals, some boring, some not boring. The Sidemen charity game as well, which is basically football content creators coming up against one another, which was actually entertaining. Mad numbers, 3 million watching at some point live. So yeah, there's better than some TV and that. But other than that, I mean, all right. Just like obviously, just football, chill, relax. Don't have to talk about anything specific. Just just a normal football talk with guys in the comments and be yourself. And obviously, Daps is in the background as well. So yeah, big up
Yeah.
anyone that is in here, man. Definitely smash that like button.
Yeah, please, guys, get your questions in. We'll just talk about them. If you got anything interesting, let us know. We'll just give you our opinions if you even care about them. But as of now, we know what it is. It's the brilliant intro time. Yeah, people. So first, let me just see who's in the house. Give them the respect they deserve. Zohaib is here. Thank you so much. Jarvis, as always, he's always here in the morning stream, evening stream. He's always here. Gunavital is here as well. Terence is here as usual. Sean is here. Hi, Neverfall. Thank you so much. Luman, Zohaib and Terence tips are my favorites. And who else is here? Sid is here as usual. Sid, thank you so much for the support, Sid. As always, Bailey, of course, always here. Elias as well. Mustafa. Oh my God, everybody's here. The whole crew is here with us, people. The whole crew with us here. So, Cass, well, what's the plan? Tell me. We're gonna get questions from the people. There is a new name. Have you
Yeah,
seen Pandas here before? What happened to Dallo? Man, turned into an absolute
yeah.
name.
I. It's just if anyone don't know, obviously Portugal won 4-0 against Czech Republic. Delo scored twice. Bruno got a goal and an assist, and Ronaldo also got an assist. So it's like all the Man United players, bar Maguire, are on fire right now. Are you like that rhyme? Bar Maguire fire like that? Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. But anyway, like let me tell you something. I think this is okay. People call the Roy Costa, the Figo, the young Cristiano Ronaldo's generation is the maybe it's the like what is it called? The golden generation for Portugal. I know that they were better players on paper and all the stuff, but I feel like I was talking to one of my friends though, and I feel like having Palinha, Nunez, what's his name, Moutinho, Neves, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo
Mm.
Silva at this moment, Neto, Ronaldo, who else? I can like. There's plenty of them, right? And in defense now, you got one of the best defenders in the world, right? It's what's his name, Diaz, Manchester City. You got Joao Cancelo. I think this generation is up to something. I think there is even their goalkeeper, the Roma goalkeeper, the one that played for Wolves. I
Yeah.
can. I think this is something else, right? What do you think? Dalo as well. Now before the World Cup, hitting the top of his career, it's just kind of like it's all coming together, don't you feel?
Yeah, it's just it's been a bit mental for the low. Obviously, I said right now, other than maybe Hakimi, who is really better than I said the low's easy right now, top three on form right backs in Europe. And I think internationals does count because people will take into account how they played. Just like Saliba played brilliantly, they're friendly. Varane as well was on smoke as well in the friendly. Bruno's clearly doing all right. Liao from Milan assisted the low. It's just
Oh yeah, I
Mitrovic got a
forgot
hat
about
trick.
Leao. Leao actually one of their best players. So imagine Leao on a side and Bernardo Silva on the other side. Yeah, it was like, and then in the middle you got Bruno, you got Palinha, you got what's his name, the kid. You got Neves. You got the kid
Mm.
that went to Paris Saint-Germain. That, oh my God, this is something else. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm. If anyone is here, do get your questions in for me, Mo, and Daps. Daps will be in here pretty much now. So if he wants to segue himself in,
I don't wanna know if you're playing me.
paying
Keep
me,
it on
keep
the
it on the
low,
low.
the
Oh,
low.
hey,
Oi.
come on! I don't do that. You
You
gotta
know,
trademark
I
that right
always
now.
rated Dallo. You know what? Like when he went to Milan, I thought that
Oh,
this
is
guy
it now?
he plays like at 28 years old. He's only 23, right, Cass? Something like this. He's very young.
I
When
think
Mourinho got him,
so.
he was like 19 or 20 or something like this. That's like
Can
three,
can
4 years
can you
ago.
people? Can you please smash a like if you think this season already is more reactionary than ever? Seven games in, and Delo is now one of the best right backs in the world.
On form, on form. You
Yeah, that's a
wait,
little.
one sec, one sec.
That's a little caveat that people put in there
Nah,
now. Oh, but on
oh,
form, like Bo,
yeah,
you said it.
but if
Innit?
we're
You
gonna,
said it.
yeah, but if we're
Claim
gonna
it.
talk about
Own it.
form, he is though. He is though, because it is
Yeah.
relevant. We can talk about
Yeah.
overall.
Now
Cancelo's
Mo
there.
Salah must
Actually,
be
we can.
shit now. Mo Salah must be shit now.
He is.
Nah,
He's
because
not
no,
No,
seven
but
he's
games
not.
on
in.
Let's
He's
be
on
real.
not
No, he
great.
isn't.
no,
It's
Come
no,
on,
not
but
come on.
on
great,
form,
Daps.
yeah, on form, Mo Salah's nothing right now.
Like
Let's be real.
Mahrez now is not on form.
It's,
Like
It's
on form,
true,
he's
but you
not
don't all
great.
of a sudden be talking them
well,
No,
top
you
then
don't
in the.
change your
otherwise
opinion
the
on
player,
them.
Well,
then
maybe you
otherwise
lot do.
player of the months wouldn't be relevant in the Premier League and everything, and so forth elsewhere. There's Premier League months because they're on form. They win it because they're
Sean,
on form.
Sean's saying in the comments, where is it? It's a bit cold to be wearing a vest. Listen, bro, if you're in a house and you've got multiple bits of IT and TVs running, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's December. Like, and people need to realize you're going to see me in shorts and t-shirts non-stop through the winter because the amount of electricity, like on TVs and that, it ends up boiling hot. I've got a fan here next to me as well, by the way. It's not just a vest. I've got a fan next to me as well.
This is very, very interesting. Number one, it's not Juan. It might be not Juan Jesus is gonna start. So people, Elias, it looks like it is gonna be might be Richarlison as a number 9, and Neymar is behind him as a number 10. It might
Yeah,
look,
were you on the show where we were discussing this the other day? I
yeah.
think you were, wasn't it, Mo? And it was like, fucking hell, when you actually sit there and start talking about Brazil's front line, it's like,
But again, I still
Mm.
think, you know what? I still think that people are sleeping on Portugal, to be honest. Like Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva, Ruben
yeah, I
Neves.
agree with you on this.
Like,
Yeah, I've been thinking it for a minute.
maybe someone can educate me on who's gonna start as a striker, because we know that Ronaldo is not gonna be their main striker. We know that. I
Do you
think
know
we
what it is?
already
Yeah,
established this.
I think strangely enough, it's in international time, and we're talking about internationals conveniently. Yeah, probably it's in our head, but the one thing I think everyone knows going into a Euro, a World Cup, or whatever is that so many international teams have good have so many good players. It's all about, if they like, look at Belgium, maybe not now, but Belgium 5 years ago, yeah.
Dark
And
horses, they
it's
were called.
but it's no, but it's if they don't click, they don't click, and that's the thing. Like, with Portugal, I agree with you. If Portugal click, Portugal can win the World Cup. I honestly believe it. It's if they can click, but it's the same with
I'm just
so many
yeah,
different
yeah.
teams.
I'm
Like,
just laughing because there was another
Mm.
podcast the other day, and they were talking about the Belgian team that played Wales the other day, and they were like, it's really an all-star team for Premier League 2014-15. It's literally an all-star team. Like Vertonghen's still there, Alderweireld's still there. It's Eden Hazard. Like, what is it other than Kevin De Bruyne probably at the moment?
but I think
Like,
there's different. I feel like there's always been in. I mean, some people know this, some people don't. But one of the main reasons De Bruyne left Chelsea was because Courtois had slept with De Bruyne's girlfriend, right? Um,
Oh
and,
yeah, I
and
remember that shit.
yeah. And then basically, obviously, Courtois was on loan, and when it was like, yeah, we're bringing Courtois back, apparently De Bruyne was like to Mourinho, I'm not playing for the same team as him. It's like, I remember when I was 5 or 6, I had 2 girlfriends, yeah, and one of them found out about the other one and said, you can't have both of us, you've got to pick one of us. So I picked the other one. And it's almost like De Bruyne said to Mourinho, oh, you can't have me and Courtois on the same team. So Mourinho was like, see you later then, bro. But and then if you look at that, De Bruyne and Courtois are never going to get on. Courtois and Hazard are very good friends. De Bruyne and Lukaku are best friends. Hazard's brother plays for the team. And I just think that, like, you'll always remember, well, maybe not you, Cass, maybe you will, but the Holland team back in the day where they were split down the middle. I
which
think
one?
France have had it before. There's always been, there's
The
been teams.
2000? the De Boer brothers had the team in their pocket, and then nobody liked them. That's the
Yeah, I
Euro
think it was then. I think it was then.
2000.
But I think also in the late, because that was quite a long period. But there's
Oh,
always
and the record, and the
yes,
Hullet
that's it.
team.
Hullet. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
brave guys versus the
yeah,
other guys. This is the
yeah,
Coleman
yeah.
guys.
Exactly that. Yeah, and then I'm sure there's been it in France before as well with the French team. I just think with Belgium, maybe that could be the reason that you've never really, if you think about this, Hazard, De Bruyne, Lukaku, and then you can throw in many other Belgian players. We've never really seen Hazard and De Bruyne cook, have we? Together.
Not in the same team. I can't
World
lie.
Cup,
Let me think about it.
last
De
World
Bruyne,
Cup
De,
against
De, De
Together?
Bruyne,
against
No, but
Brazil. Against
together.
Brazil, isn't it? Against
De Bruyne
Brazil.
and that Courtois. Hey, De Bruyne has to play with Courtois. I bet every time he looks at that man's face, he thinks of how that man end up breaking my man's heart. I would be wanting to punch him out every single time. I wouldn't want to play no
It's
more.
a
I'd be like,
hard
it's,
one,
one of,
isn't it? Yeah.
it's me or him. And I guarantee
Bro,
if
it's
it was
like
me or him,
it's like
Courtois
there's a
getting
few,
dropped.
there's a few other ones because like obviously there was a John Terry and Wayne Bridge thing, was where
That was
obviously.
weird. Wow, that
No, but
was
that's
weird.
different,
But
though.
then,
That's different. That's different.
but
Dan.
then
It's
there's a
exactly the
mad
same.
one.
That's
There's a
that's an ethical thing, and blah blah blah, and all this stuff. It's
but then
different
but then
than
no, it's not really because they both played for the
Oh,
same national team. But then
yeah,
there's a worse one than this. John
play
Terry's
for the same
brother.
club.
Bro, if you ever Google John Terry's brother, right? John Terry's
Oh,
brother up in Scotland did the same thing. Yeah, he slept with a fellow teammate's wife, right? The guy committed suicide. And the rest of the team had to say to the manager about John Terry's brother, yeah, we need this. Like, none of us are going
we
to play
need
for
this
this
guy. We
team
need this
anymore.
guy
He's gonna
out,
go.
right?
He's
Like
gone. We need
this
him
guy
out.
has to
Yeah.
leave.
So, but now I
I
think
got
there's so many politics that probably influence whether a team gels or not. Like, and nowadays I think under Pep and Klopp and some of these new managers, they'd just be straight with any of this. It would be like whoever did the crime out the club straight away because you can't affect it.
I know.
uh,
Cass has some questions highlighted, right?
yeah,
Like I
there's
know
there's a
that.
couple there's a couple questions. Make sure you smash the like, guys. Sid say, what's the scene with Maguire? Did he say so? Did he say something?
Oh, there's been
Mm.
another one in there. No, there's been something else. I swear.
Oh, let me do you want me to get this up? Should I get this up? It's
DR
Maguire
Media
stuff.
put something up earlier.
Oh,
Oh
he
yeah,
was
he
talking
said
about it
something that
earlier.
all this critics and all this stuff are just for clicks. That was he said.
He said something
Uh,
along the lines of that. Oh, that was it. I swear he said something like he was talking about one of the internationals tournaments, and he said I hadn't played for the club, and
Yeah, he hasn't played in 8 weeks and he got player of the tournament.
yeah,
In the
this
player,
guy's
yeah,
arrogant.
or player team of the tournament.
When will it
This
stop?
guy's arrogance is he pisses me off. I don't even want to talk about Maguire and that
did you
slabbing of
see
his.
him
I
against
can't.
Italy?
Yeah, it was shocking.
The guy's absolutely atrocious. Like this is like
He's bad.
Can't,
He's actually
he
shit.
cannot play football at this level anymore. He
Oh,
needs.
God.
I've been
to
saying
go.
it. I'm
He's the gift
definitely
that keeps on
I'm a
giving.
better player than him. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
I can read the game better than Maguire. I don't know how
it's
that
not
man's a
only
professional
man.
footballer.
Like he
Bro, my daughter
panics
can read the
as
game.
a
My
5
daughter
years
can read
old.
the Harry Potter
Exactly.
book better than Maguire.
Why? It's 5
He
relegations
panics.
now.
But it's not just that. It's not. He can't read the room neither, can he? He don't know how to
Nah,
read a room neither. Like, bro,
nah, because
shut up,
his
innit?
fam,
Like, just stop talking, man.
his family are too busy reading the room for him.
I mean, I'm
Bailey.
all for it.
Many other right backs in other leagues are doing better. Name me some, then Bailey. I would like to know this. Educate me
See,
then.
this is where I have to be quiet because I don't watch enough football.
Pavard has been absolutely really good this season before he got injured.
Who?
Pavard has been. He's one of the only some of the very little bright spots in the Bayern Munich team for some reason. The team has
How have
been
they started,
atrocious.
Brian? How have they started?
Okay, so let me tell you something, guys. And did I talk about this with you, Cass, the other day, yesterday, or no? No, I didn't. Probably not on the show. When I said that, did someone said that again on a podcast? It's not my quote, but I found it very, very funny. That did Mane make Liverpool and Bayern Munich worse at the same time? Bayern Munich.
Wow.
Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich.
Oh, I've seen something along those lines as well. Yeah, I did.
Bayern
I
Munich
saw that.
had 87 games in the Bundesliga without being held without a goal. And finally it happened with Mane having the only chance in the game. And Mane has not scored in 5 games, and he has been the one that the attacks die on. I love Mane. Let me get that straight. I love Mane. I think he's a brilliant player. He's one of the shining stars in Africa. He's an advocate for African football. He's great and everything.
Yeah.
But it looks like he cannot be
Doesn't
the
suit it.
main man for them,
Mm.
because the way they put it is that Nagelsmann wanted a non-stationary forward. He wanted a dynamic
Non-stationary forward.
striker, which is what's his name? Lewandowski was a number 9, a true number 9. Put the ball at the back of the net, get involved around the 18. But Mane goes to the lines, gets involved. So Nagelsmann wanted a more fluid front line. So
Hmm.
of course, Lewandowski
Fair
wanted to
enough.
leave as well because he never felt
This has
loved. But
decided
maybe that's
to.
why, you know what I mean? Like maybe he wanted a different challenge. But he's, instead of going for a number 9, Nagelsmann, he went for a winger inverted to be a number 9, which is Mane,
Loving
and it
it.
doesn't look like it's working for him. While in the meantime, Liverpool are struggling because now they don't have Mane, and it looked like Mane was the one who was keeping all the attention from the other guys, from the Firminos, from the Salahs, from the other guys. Even Diaz, when Diaz played left winger, Mane was the forward, and Diaz was shining, right? Everybody last the half season said Diaz is great, but it doesn't look like it's clicking for them. And maybe Mane was that gel for
I've got
them.
another question on Mane, and anyone that watches Harry Potter will get it. Anyone or that's watched Harry Potter will get it. Anyone
I
that
don't.
doesn't will have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you deep it, is Mo Salah Harry Potter, and is Mane Neville Longbottom?
I have no
Now,
idea what
Yes.
you're talking about. So
do you
I
know
have
what
no
I'm
idea what
talking
you're
about,
talking
Cass?
I think so. Yes.
Well,
I
someone in
think
the
I do.
comments, I'm sure someone in the comments watches it, but I was thinking about it the other day because I was deep in Harry Potter and like the importance of Neville.
Bailey is firing questions left and right.
Yeah,
And he's
I've
firing
seen a
so
few of them. There's
I-
some good,
like
really
I've
good
got-
ones.
Bailey
I've
is
got-
firing questions to us at us.
I'll start. I'm literally starring them as we're doing. I've got another one from Ilias. I've run a poll for this, by the way. Interesting. You taking Vinicius Junior, Neymar, Jesus, or let's just say Rafinha for right wing, or Mbappe, Benzema, Dembele? I can't lie. See that third one? I'm taking Mbappe, Benzema, Dembele, man.
Absolutely,
I thought-
because yeah, for sure.
I
for
think
real.
based on you know what, you got to base it on not on form and not on quality, right? If you base it on what they have done, yeah, it has to be the second. Minus Dembele maybe a little bit, but look, Benzema and Mbappe, what they have done, yeah, what they have done, achieved on the big scale, yeah, it eclipses, isn't it? Like between them.
Mm,
Benzema and Mbappe, fuck me, that is scary as
yeah,
shit.
it is quite scary to be fair. They might be teammates at one point. We don't know. Maybe Benzema might be finished by then.
You know what? I don't think
Uh,
the Brazil team is as scary as people make them. I don't know.
Has Benzema?
Neymar.
No, they never are. They never are, but they should be. This is what I mean, though. They very
Mate,
rarely click the way they
having
should be. Like the only
yeah,
time
like
I remember, look, in the 1994 and that, fuck me, they were 94,
dude, I
98
fell in
was it?
love.
Like,
I fell in love with that team, but I like Italian football more still because I fell in love with Baggio, Maldini, Baresi, and all these people. But I can't forget Romario and Bebeto together. This is an unforgettable duel. Like it was just different level of football. Romario
just
and
that
Bebeto
whole,
together.
yeah, and
Like and to be
Cafu,
honest, yes,
Dunga,
and yeah,
but
I am coming from people. Just don't get me wrong. Neymar is great.
Rivaldo.
Yeah, Vinny is great and all. But I grew up when Brazil had
Flair.
after
Yeah,
Romario and Bebeto, they had
everything.
Ronaldo, they had Rivaldo, they had Ronaldinho, they had Adriano, and they
Romaro, man.
I think that would be
baller.
that team would be so hard to top ever again. I can't lie.
like it's
For me,
do you know
unbelievable.
what,
The
though?
team
For
that
me,
played
my favourite
2006, the team that played 2006 was absolutely one of the best teams I've ever seen. To be honest,
You know what?
in my life.
But I'll be honest. My three favorite World Cups were 90, 94, and 98.
94
100%.
is my favorite.
90 for me because 90 actually gives me my first football memories ever. Like with so many, I've got so many because I would have been, I think I was about 5 or something, yeah. And it was like I've got so many memories from then. Like it was the first time that I can really honestly say I remember Gaza missing that penalty. I remember crying, yeah. Like I remember I went on holiday to Magaluf with my dad, and when the minute we got there, we went out on the balcony at like 9 at night, and loads of English were getting beat up by police, English fans, and I'm like, brilliant. I've just got so many memories of it. But yeah, those Brazil teams back then were just different gravy, I feel. And
For me,
Nessandorma.
2000.
Nessandorma.
Let me tell you something. 2006 is one of the only World Cups that had the 7 big nations in the quarterfinals. Other than Ukraine playing Italy, it had everybody else. You know that it had Argentina, Brazil.
When was that?
2006. It was Argentina, Brazil, Spain, Germany, France. It had Italy. It had everybody other than I think Ukraine was playing Italy, but all the other games it was Germany, Argentina. I can't remember. It's Brazil, France. You remember that? I think it was. It was
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was
98
quarterfinal.
was 98 France
98
can't
had. I'm
remember.
sorry. 98 had Denmark in the round in the quarterfinal, which
But
is
was it 98? Which was the first time that France won it with Henri and Trezeguet up top?
98. That was
That
98.
was 98.
That was a good
But
World
their
Cup. I
defense,
liked
man,
it.
their defense was cold and their midfield was cold. Like Zidane, Thuram, Desailly.
It was Patrick Vieira as well.
Vieira, yeah. They were
It was
the weakest thing
Laurent
about
Blanc.
the funniest thing is about that France team was Henri and Trezeguet were the weakest part of that French team because they were kids at the time. They were both proper
They didn't
young.
like each other.
Yeah, and they were mad young. But
Yeah.
behind them, the midfield and the defense was just different gravy.
Did you guys see Valverde basically abuse the number 4 of Iran?
No.
Abuse him away. I don't know about that, Panda. You're gonna have to tell me about that. I have no idea.
I don't know
Panda.
what is he talking about.
Great name.
Do you think I will watch
Portugal
Iran
need to get
play
rid of their
Uruguay?
manager.
Who goes and watch Iran play Uruguay in a friendly
People
game?
that love football and have nothing else to watch, to be frank.
But there are other games. There's Spain and Portugal playing. Like.
Yeah, I might need to watch that Iran game because remember when we did that draft pick cast and there was an Iranian player, the one player that had to pick. I need to go and do some.
Some of the Americans here, guys. Some of the Americans think that the USA has a chance of beating England, and I don't know.
Oh, they probably do, bro. Let's be real.
Really?
I so do.
I had no idea that you guys
Cass,
think the
come on,
same
man.
way.
We're dog shit, mate. We're dog
What do you
shit.
mean?
You know what? To be frank with you, in the tournament, we'll probably we'll scrape through. So I heard a whole time Aaron United. He was saying we ain't qualifying. I'll be honest. I think we probably will. It will be a very lackluster qualification, right? It will probably be a draw in the final game that gets us through. That's what we do, innit? But I'm sorry, yeah, we can't. And then as a nation, we'll all get carried away. Every single pub in England will be ram, and we'll all get our hopes up, and then we'll just look shit because
I don't know.
none of us can say we get excited by the way England play football anymore.
Do you support England?
Yeah.
Like you're a big
No. I used to. I used to support them more than I do now. Now it's.
I know Cassie.
I'm drained now.
You know what
I
the
think I'm
funniest
drained.
thing is?
I'm
That,
drained now.
yes, Southgate got us to a final, which is further than we've ever gone in our lifetime. I've enjoyed football under many other managers before I've enjoyed this
It's
football.
not
under
about
Southgate.
enjoying football. It's about winning.
Now, I'm sorry, bro. With City, City have taught me to enjoy football and enjoy winning.
Yeah, because you have
right?
Guardiola.
I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm not a Chelsea fan.
There's only one Pep Guardiola.
Pellegrini knows it was very enjoyable under Pellegrini as well. To be fair, bro. Even under Mancini, it was pretty enjoyable compared to Chelsea.
Under Mancini, it was shit, and this is what I think it is. Under Pellegrini, it was more fun.
It was more fun. It was more fun. It was more fun.
Under
Mancini was. It wasn't. Come on, bro. We've all seen Chelsea football. It wasn't shit compared to that, but Chelsea football's not as.
I still think Chelsea were not as bad as you guys make it to be.
But you think Mancini football was worse than Chelsea?
Mancini's football is okay because let's remember he coached Inter for years twice, so I know Mancini really well. I know his philosophy. He's Italian with a little bit of a touch of like, oh, let's play football on the ground, but his first instinct, let's not have someone score on us first.
No. But the funny thing is at City, yeah, I've seen an interview with Company, and actually a lot of City's defensive brilliance under Mancini, which I do think that is when defensively we were at our best, yeah, was actually down to Company in the defense taking ownership. Like basically they'd conceded a few goals and like on the Monday there'd be they'd all be like, trying to blame each other, and Company grabbed hold of all the defenders and said, right, there's not going to be no more of this, because when game's finished, if we've conceded a goal, we're having a meeting, the defense, to discuss why it happened, so when we go in front of everyone else, we can be confident that it was not down to us, that it was not, we can, so nope, we were all doing our job. Midfielders, what the fuck were you doing? And I think they went on something. There's some crazy stat where once they started doing that on corners and crosses, they didn't concede at all for mad numbers of games. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to get through some of these questions. People smash the likes in the face.
In the face. What else is there? Who scores more Premier League goals this season, Jesus
Who
or
scores?
Son?
Oh,
Who scores
Son.
Who
more
scores?
Premier
Do
League
you know what?
goals?
Do you know what? I really want a stat on. Really, really, really want to see. It'll be quite easy to do. I said in the summer about Jesus. I don't know if he can score over 15 goals for Arsenal. I don't know because we
Who
haven't
scores
really.
more than who scores
But
more?
hold on.
Haaland,
Let me
Haaland
just.
and Nunez.
Hold on. We'll
I
answer
thought
this
you
one first.
finished.
But
I thought you
yeah, it's already done that one. But on the Jesus one, a stat that I think would be really, really interesting would be how many goals Arsenal have scored this season. Not Jesus. How many goals Arsenal have scored this season compared to how many goals they'd scored last season at this point. And I bet you it is a lot higher because of Jesus. So it's not always about him getting the goals. He's still
Yes,
contributing to them getting more
But
goals.
the
point
question,
to
but the
last
question,
Daps,
but the question
Daps,
is,
Question, but
which more
answer the
Premier League
question.
goals?
Son
I
gets more
want to
goals.
just tell Daps
Son.
at this season, at this time last season they scored 4 goals. They scored already 17.
Well, there we go then.
goals.
So I'm right.
They had
But
4
no,
goals.
honestly, even away from that, yeah, if we're not talking about overall game and we're talking about goals, yeah, Son's going to score more than Jesus, in my opinion. I think.
Some people are saying Raheem said he won't keep up his consistency. So we'll see about
People
that
hate
one.
on him, right, guys? Right, guys? People
is
hate on
Aguero-
Jesus.
Yeah. Is Aguero top 3 strikers of all time? No.
Hold on.
In what?
In what? In
In
the
the
Premier
world
League?
or what?
Yeah, you got to be more. Ilyas,
So
you got to come.
look. The one thing I'd say, if it is Premier League, yeah, is Aguero top 3 strikers of all time. If we
No.
are talking, right, so if we're talking, I don't know where he is in overall goals in the Premier League, yeah,
I'm looking
His
that
goals
up.
probably
to
about
games is
5th.
probably pretty impressive.
But his
Looking that
his
up.
goals per minute is the best in the Premier League. Factually, it's the best.
Mm.
So,
when
To
you
be honest,
put the
if I think of 3 strikers, I'd rather have over him. Personally, I think he probably does go in my top. When I think about, obviously, I'm picking Rooney all day long. Because actually there's so many fantastic strikers, but Aguero is dope. Henry's bait one. Rooney's probably another one for me, but can you even label him as number 9? Because he was more like a 10. So
then
yeah,
was
it's kind of
Henry a
hard.
9? Was then Henry a 9 then as well?
Yeah,
He was a
it's-
9. He switched to be a 9 because he
I
played.
still
Eventually,
rather-
Rooney was a 9. Rooney was a 9 at first, and switched to be a 10 more.
Rooney was a 9. No, Rooney was
No,
a 9 most of his time
he
until
started-
like that 2010.
He
Did
started
you
off
say
as
he was
left.
a 9 at first?
I'm pretty more. No, he started off as like a left mid and an 8.
Come on, Aguero's got to be there, guys. Why are we even doing this? This is
Top
mental.
3?
Yeah,
Are you
let's-
serious? If
Yes,
for
I'm very
me, I
serious, mate.
test.
I just said based on goals per minute, it's factual.
No, but
so.
okay. So for I test, for me, I would choose.
Give me Ruud van
I would
Nistelrooy.
choose
mate. Give
Thierry
me Ruud van
Henry.
Nistelrooy.
I would choose Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer. I would choose Harry
Yeah,
Kane
bring
over
me,
Aguero
yeah, bring me the Dr. Pepper.
as a forward. I would choose
So-
Harry Kane over Aguero.
Right.
It's just me. It just but for me, I think Harry Kane has. It's a shame that he plays for Spurs, which is I'm sorry, Spurs fans. It's
But he
just a
does.
shame.
So it's not proven.
Yeah, and
It was a
even
shame.
though
It
he
was a
does-
shame that Matt
even though-
Letizia
listen,
played for Southampton.
Even though he does, he's still brilliant. Which
I'm
shows
sorry
you how
that
good this guy is.
if you're gonna ask me who's getting me a goal out of most striker, Aguero's getting me a goal, bro. That's all I care about. And the thing is, he's not techie with it either because he's
Let's
techie
be
with
real, man.
In the
Listen,
box,
let's
in the
be real.
box.
And when you
Also,
pressure
Fernando
matters,
Torres
bro.
was absolutely
Other-
majestic at this
other than-
time.
other than
Fernando
Maybe he
Torres
fell
was
off.
majestic.
Aguero didn't fall off. Aguero
No,
never fell
man,
off.
Fernando Torres made the wrong
Injuries,
move in
innit?
his career. He went to Chelsea. It's just
No,
He was shit
no,
at
no.
Liverpool. He'd been shit for like
But
a
yeah,
season
let's
at Liverpool
face it,
before he
Torres
went.
was declining. Torres was declining when his knee blew up and he went to that. Was it the Euros or was it the World Cup with Spain? He was finished after that, man. That's where we have a studio tour.
Yeah, when it's finished. When it's
When
finished.
it's finished
It's
in
not
a couple
finished yet.
few weeks, we'll do a studio
Yeah.
tour. And is Ruben Dias overrated? Not by we're talking about by the Premier League fan base, not just the Man City fans. I think he's probably saying. I
don't
think
think it's
Laporte
the City
is
fan
better.
base. I think. Do you know what? I actually think City's fan base rate Laporte, Stones, and Diaz pretty equal. You know,
Ooh,
like
that's a
they've
good
all
one,
got
Jamie.
different. He shouldn't be
I wanna
rated yet, in my opinion. He's had one solid season, one average season. Like so, right
So,
now, in
the
my
way
opinion.
the way people go on about him, though, I would kind of say
No,
maybe
no,
no.
no. Hold on,
tad
hold on,
overrated.
hold
I
on.
think he's a
Okay,
tad
cool.
overrated.
Right, no problem whatsoever.
Who's this?
And I've been using Mo Salah as an example, saying how dare people say, oh, Salah can't be put in the conversation yet because he hasn't played enough when he's played the amount he's played, right? Let's leave Diaz for a second. Saliba and Romero. Man are having conversations about Saliba and Romero, yeah? Diaz is now in his 3rd season, bro. It's for me, there needs to be consistency. For me, Van Dijk deserves to be in a conversation because he's been there for long enough now, yeah?
But Diaz has been consistent. He played more than about
first season, unbelievable. Like, and no one can deny his first season. Second season, good. Laporte was better.
Last season,
when Stones played,
was injured.
No, he got injured at the end of the season. And, but literally, he played the whole of the season, then got injured.
Oh shit, that's bad. I think
it's not overrated.
I think Laporte is better footballer than Diaz overall. If I'd rather have one in a team, it just kind of depends who you partner them with.
No, it's partnerships. Exactly.
Is Diaz overrated? Maybe a touch, but not. I wouldn't go to a massive degree because I don't really see people say, "Oh, Diaz is so sick." The way we go on about Van Dijk and everyone else, Diaz don't get that same respect.
You know what it is, bro? Let's be real, yeah. Let's be real. And if you actually sit there and start pulling up all the best defenders in the Premier League,
yeah, that's the one.
You have to think it is about the whole defense they're playing with, yeah. So if Diaz and Stones are playing and we're playing with fullbacks that are sitting back a bit, yeah, not inverting. Perfect partnership. If all of a sudden both your fullbacks are bombing up the pitch and inverting, then all of a sudden it's difficult to judge that centre back pairing. So I think, like, if you look at John Terry, is it not a coincidence of all the partners that John Terry had, and like the fact he had Ashley Cole there and all the other players that he had around him influences how good
of course
John
it does.
Terry
Look. Best one to do about that. Look at Varane now that he's got a couple decent fullbacks and a decent fucking centre back that can play a bit high.
Van Dijk and Matip compared to Van Dijk and Gomez.
Yeah, I think Diaz is better when he's next to Ake, and I think Laporte is better when he's with Stones. I think that's better partnerships.
But 2 seasons ago, the best partnership was Diaz and Stones, 100%.
Yeah,
that was solid.
How does United combat Haaland? I think obviously Haaland is not. It's not hard to stop one player only, innit? Because it is like because it's just matter if it depends.
It looks that way at the moment, bro. To be fair, it looks pretty fucking hard.
You can stop the man. You can stop it. Just I think you got to play. You can't play a high line against this man. You're not.
You're looking for a job for a Premier League team or something.
No. But no, he's asking me a question. How do you combat United Haaland? I mean, Martinez got experience.
And you just said it's pretty easy. You've just said it's pretty easy.
No, by himself it can be pretty easy.
When you said got experience, do you mean one game?
Yes, that's the experience.
Okay.
So
fucking sensational experience.
I think you just got to drop the line. I think you just got to drop the line a little bit deeper, and you can't. I just don't think you can let him turn. I just think you literally because Varane's lucky he's got a bit of pace, but you got to be up in a man's face. Don't let him even have an inch of running. If he runs at you, it's a bit of a long day to be fair.
There's so much more than that with him.
Let me ask you
but he said how does someone stop Haaland? You're the coach. Be a unit.
You're the coach. You put Martinez on him or Varane?
If I'm going to be honest. Yeah, Varane. I'm putting Martinez on him.
Are you serious? Any long ball, he can just shove Martinez away. Did you see the guy?
I'll be honest.
Daps, remind me. Nah. What did he do to what 2 defenders? He just put them aside and then he was clear on goal.
I don't agree with the height thing. The whole knocking the height.
It's not about height. It's about physically.
No, it's not. But literally, yeah. Haaland gets his foot higher than Martinez when he's jumping. Like, fucking hell, bro.
You gotta be realistic sometimes. Yeah, Martinez fighter and all, but realistic. Varane can mark him.
But then again, you say that, but we don't know. The better question is, Haaland hasn't really played against any top side yet, you could say. That's another argument.
I mean, bro, I'll be 100, yeah? We can't class you as a top side either because we've played against 2 Champions League sides and right now you're not in the Champions League. So we've played against 2 sides.
Champions League and Premier League is completely different.
They made it to the Champions League. You did.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, Haaland is
right.
He's not the worst
you can play against Maccabi Haifa in the Champions League. That doesn't mean they're stronger than even Southampton. I'm sorry, Daps.
How were you last time? Cool. Cass, how did you do last time you played? Have you played Seville recently?
Sevilla? No.
Sociedad.
Who was it you played? Who was it you played in the Europa League?
They lost 1-0. They lost
1-0. Yeah, that was just because we changed the whole 11.
No. In the Europa League, in the final. Who was it you played in the final? Oh, it was
That was
Villarreal. My bad. It was Villarreal.
Villarreal, yeah.
Villarreal. Right, yeah, kind of similar
Should've
level
won
to Seville, to be fair.
We,
But
we should we
anyway,
should we should
we
have
move.
won that
We move.
game.
Do
We
you know
know
what? The
how many
one thing I
chances
will
Man
say
had.
is this
Go on.
whole Martinez Haaland battle. Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting.
on Monday, one of our clubs are going to have egg on their face. Yeah, because it's proper being pitched up like is the big one in it. Like you man have got proper faith that Martinez can do what no one else has done in the league so far. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean, if he
it's not
does,
hard
if
to
he does,
it's not
I
hard
already
to
think
top.
he's good.
It's not hard to top Tyrone Mings and then players there, but
No, you're right. Haaland's had a stinker to the start of the season, bro.
To
You know,
be-
it's lucky.
to be fair,
It's
he
lucky
hasn't-
who he's come against. You're right. It is.
Yeah, it is. Do you think City can win the Premier League comfortably this season?
That question has been killed, guys.
Yeah.
I think the Premier League's going to be mad hard this season, not just based on. I think the level of the Premier League's gone up this season. Not gonna lie, I really do think it has.
It has gone up. Because
Yeah,
every
it
game,
has,
I think everyone says it. Every game is a effing battle, bro. It
Yeah.
is a battle. Mo, 5 reasons why Nunez, he meant Nunez, Angry Carroll won't work out at Liverpool and why he will be dropped. Your thoughts?
I'm just gonna say them. Jurgen
No,
Klopp is
5
very
reasons
stubborn.
gone.
Yeah.
1.
Jurgen Klopp is stubborn. He's not gonna change his formation to suit him. Mo Salah is not gonna be a provider to provide for Nunez. Nunez doesn't have the touch doesn't have the first touch to be the guy who creates something out of nothing. Nunez is not gonna provide to Salah and what's his name?
3 reasons at the moment.
And that's 4. I said Nunez is not gonna switch into a provider to Salah and what's his name? The left guy side, Diaz. What's his name? Diaz.
Oh, Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz. And number 5 is Liverpool don't have the creativity in the midfield to make him be inside the 18 all the time. So you don't have that in the mid. They don't have a number 10, a real number 10. They don't have that. So these are 5 reasons why. One reason can change Nunez' season is Jurgen Klopp switching the system to suit a number 9, like what Guardiola did with Haaland.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Theo, I think this is probably one for you then. That's a quick one. Should Trent start versus Germany just to see a different style of football? There's no going to be no different style of football through my man Theo.
Hold on. But now, do you know what? This game's quite interesting because if we go back to the Euros,
Mm.
didn't we change the way we played when we played Germany?
I think we might have went. No, I
And
think it
didn't
was
we win?
Croatia.
Nah, I swear the Germany game. Sorry, Suits,
Oh,
just
what?
missed
I
out
mean,
on
I think did we match them? I think we matched them in it for the
we
free
might
back.
match them, and we might. I swear against Germany, we did something different.
I think we did.
What?
For me, at the moment, based on form, Reece James should be starting at right back.
Can you put this question that you just highlighted, Cass, right now?
Christopher.
yeah.
Should England sack Southgate? I'll do it right now. Honestly, I would. But then again,
It's a very interesting point. Yes, tell me.
who do you bring? Who do you bring in?
I don't know.
Who's-
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
No,
the thing. Who do you bring
Wenger
in?
hasn't
Wenger.
coached
Wenger.
for 5 years.
Yeah, no, it's a hard one, isn't it? Like, I think we all agree we don't like this guy's style of football. This guy's style of football.
But do you
fucking
sack
stinks.
him now? Do you sack
No,
him
no,
now?
no. It's too
It's a
late.
bit
The
too
FA
late
should.
now.
You know what? I'll be honest. For me, it's very similar to the Ollie thing, right? When Ollie got Man United second, yeah, Ollie hit his ceiling, yeah, and he hit a ceiling that no one even thought he had, right? So he earned the right to get a contract extension, and then and prove himself. Like, bro, have you hit your ceiling? And he proved himself that that was definitely his ceiling. For me, he overachieved to get them second. For me, Southgate getting us to a final was an overachievement, and we could look at maybe the quality of other
Losing on
teams in Europe.
penalty?
Bro, it doesn't matter against a very negative Italy team, bro. Honestly,
But that game,
you know what?
against
It
England
is
the second
relevant.
half.
It is relevant. We always knock Tottenham fans for fucking wanting a trophy so badly. You know what? To be fair, maybe we need a trophy as badly as Tottenham need one. But it's just very, like, it's when you look at the players and we're going backwards. I feel like at the moment we used to play with this energy going forward. Yeah, that was okay. He knows what he's doing. Very similar to Ollie again. very similar to Ollie. We're going forward, we're playing on the counter, we're using the young pace, and it's going backwards. It's like we don't
Nah,
have that. We can't move the ball quickly. And you look at some of the talent around there, and it's like, all right, maybe Mount has dropped off, but I do think Mount is a good player. Mount at the moment, he's I don't know, man. Why does Grealish only ever come on as a sub for him as well? When
that's pathetic. I'm sorry, but I think England have the thing is I've said I would have Phillips as my DM personally, not Rice.
yeah,
And then I
he
would have
hasn't had it. I get it though. At the moment, bro, he
injured.
hasn't. He's just come back
No, he's
from
injured.
injury. He has
no, but I'm saying if I had it my way, Phillips would be my first choice in that DM spot. I would have Foden in front of him all day long.
Well, you
And
play Foden that deep for England now. You just switch him there.
I think no, but then
he
I have
hasn't
Bellingham.
really done it for City yet.
I'm not joking. People might hate me, but I say Bellingham or Mount as the box to box and have and then Foden do the.
Foden,
you can do that. You can do that. This is why England lost before.
Well, look at Foden. Look at Foden's best games is when he's playing out wide for England and City. There's one game where he was playing wide right, where he usually plays on left for City, and he was tearing the team a new one.
I think we got the fullbacks to do the overlapping stuff as well. Like we really do. I think we got
Reece
Trent that can play there.
Needs to be playing at right back for me now.
But what about Trent?
Nah,
He has to be dropped.
Well, in that case, do you know what? Fuck it. If as a City fan, yeah, if Kyle Walker, like, he hasn't started the season amazingly, he is an experienced player, which means he can be part of the squad. He doesn't need to play every game. For me, I would try. I could be crazy saying this, but maybe I'd rather go out like this and go out how we're going out. Reece James right. If we're going to play three at the back, Reece James right centre back and Trent right.
I think we got the players to do it. I'm not joking. For me, I would have Stones and Tomori as my back two. I think it's good to play a high line like that
So
way.
you'd be playing forward at the back, yeah? You'd switch
I want to
Yeah,
hear this lineup.
I
I want to hear this lineup. Go ahead.
I wouldn't care if it was James or Trent. I'm having Chilwell as my left back. I think he's just
100%
I don't get that. In my, I would have Phillips if he was fit and ready. Why I would want Foden in the middle is or
no
Grealish.
Rice?
No, I think Rice is better as a Premier League player than he's an international footballer.
I agree with you. To be fair,
so
I agree with you.
On that notice, I would have Foden or Grealish doing it as an advanced role is because I need a guy that can definitely keep the ball and not get tackled. Because if you put Mount and Bellingham in there's no you're gonna get there's no press resistant players.
Like I've been saying at City, you know what? People need to start playing Grealish in a kind of like 8 role. Yeah, use him as a player to advance the ball up the pitch. That's what he's good at.
But the thing is,
especially international level, bro, where it sometimes will have to be a game of American football and gain some yards and bring the ball forward, draw a foul out.
We're judging a Foden under a Southgate England, not what we know what he can do. We need to be playing higher lines because we got the players to play higher lines. We could be in their half. And that means Foden can definitely be the guy to be in and around the area more than dropping deep. He doesn't need to do that.
That's why I
say I'd rather have Mount or Bellingham as my box to box. Phillips as the guy that can dictate, can do a bit of a destroyer role. We got Grealish or Foden that can definitely carry the ball and just don't get tackled. And then I need Sterling. I need Sterling in that lineup. I need Kane in that lineup.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially, do you know what I think the thing with Sterling as well at the moment is?
Go on.
At City, he did the numbers thing. And maybe he didn't look as good because of the players he had around him. But if you deep the relationship he had with David Silva, the 1-2s he had with David Silva, and all the stuff Sterling did at City, great. I'll be the first one to admit, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, yes, Sterling will overthink it. He'll try and pass, shoot, and take it around the keeper all in one and fuck up. But apart from that, yeah, Sterling was probably better for City than we actually give him credit for. Now he's gone to Chelsea, we're seeing that he actually he can play. He understands the system. He understands 1-2s. He understands football. It's just his natural finishing under pressure.
Who's last winger? I got a Sterling, and I think my last winger, I wouldn't even put Sancho there because then you could put Foden there and have Grealish both in the same team. I wouldn't mind that. Sterling left wing, Foden right wing, Grealish in a 10 or whatever you want to call it. Bellingham or Mount in an 8. Phillips, but you know what? I like Saka. In English,
yeah. For England, I like Saka.
Let me tell. If you're gonna play 3 in the back, I have a crazy idea. Like, to be honest, for England, if you're gonna play 3 in the back,
I'll come back to this comment, by the way, go on.
Kane at the back.
No. Every time I notice
crazy.
England play three in the back,
Crazy idea.
you have no creativity because the forward is isolated and Kane gets deeper. If he's going to play three in the back, he needs to go with two forwards, Kane and somebody else. And I don't know who's going to be the second forward. And it cannot be Sterling.
It won't work.
It cannot be
It
a
won't
winger.
work. It won't work. It won't work.
Why it won't? Why it won't work?
Because
you have,
under
okay, let me
Southgate,
tell you.
under Southgate, I've seen Rashford next to Kane. I've seen Sterling next to Kane. It
But-
never works.
I don't want Sterling. I want Ivan Toney as a number 9 and Kane dropping. For me, the creativity.
Why
the
not
creative-
try it though? Why
Let
haven't
me
we
just
tried
say-
it
let me
in
just-
these last
let me
couple
say-
days?
If you're gonna play four, I'm gonna tell you my lineup for 4 because you don't have actually a center back. You only have actually on now. Other than you have to play Eric Dyer as a sweeper in Fakayo Tomori and Reece James, Trent
You
on the
don't-
right, Chilwell on the left. Let me just finish. Chilwell on the left, Phillips.
Stones.
Yeah, I forgot Stones. So Stones is instead of Fakayo Tomori probably, and you got Trent, the creative attacking fullback as a wing back, Chilwell as he plays
Reece
for
James at right
Chelsea as
centre
a
back.
wing
You're going
back.
to say, innit?
Yes, Reece James,
yeah.
Stones,
Yeah.
Dyer probably.
Yeah, that's what I
And
said
then
though. Reece James at right centre back.
One defensive midfielder, even Rice or Phillips. I don't care because Phillips is going to get injured and he's not going to play enough.
Yeah, so it's
I
going to be
know he's
Rice
not
in
gonna
the
play.
end.
Exactly. We know that,
Yeah.
right? We know that Phillips is not going to be there. And I would play Grealish and Bellingham around Declan Rice in
That's
the midfield.
what I want.
And then two forwards. And the two wing backs, Chilwell and Trent, as much as they play for their club, let them be as high as they can. Let them
I'll
do
probably
the
put Sterling
Liverpool
next.
and the
I'll
Chelsea.
probably put Sterling next. Sterling has to be in that team. I'm sorry, but where's the
But let me
pace?
tell you, the difference is you have outside. You can, in a heartbeat, you can change it to 4 in the back. Take one out, put a winger, and then take Ivan Toney.
Sounds like some mad gangbang. I don't know, 3 in the back, then 4
This
in
sounds
the back.
like a this sounds.
This sounds like a
is too
winning
much.
World Cup team. This is a
No,
very
it doesn't.
defensive and
This sounds
offensive
like
team.
Brexit football, bro. Because where's the
Why?
pace? Because
It's
where's the
Conte
pace?
football.
Oh, there's no pace,
Where
bro.
is the pace?
There is no pace. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
in
You
the
play
World Cup.
position. You play. Okay, let me tell you. Liverpool
This is
Liverpool.
horrible.
Liverpool
Bullshit.
play position.
This
crossing,
is horrible.
crossing.
Said Ivan
No.
Toney and Kane. I'm done. Are we playing
Why?
badly? Nah.
Why?
Nah.
Sorry,
He's
bro. We
awful.
can't let this Conte fan, this Italian football fan, come in here. We thought Southgate had ruined it enough, and now he wants to come in here.
That was awful. That was woeful. You guys, you know what? You know what?
You
Yeah,
win,
you was
you
doing
win
so
every
well.
game 2-1. Every game you'd win 2-1 or 1-0.
He was doing
every
It
game.
sounds
doing
so
so-
Chelsea
he was doing
vibes.
so
I'm
well.
not
He was
fucking
I'm
hell.
not joking. He was doing so well until you come up with that. The thing is, I like the three at the
Why?
back. I like the thing that you could say
I
Tomori,
bet you do.
Stones, and Reece James, Trent, Chilwell. Okay, we're going well here. Rice, okay, cool, the DM, but then we really need a proper 8. We need
You
a
have
proper
two.
8.
You have Grealish and Bellingham. What else do you want?
No, because then I want. If you want people in and around instead of Tony, I want people in and around Kane. Then that means if you got Chilwell, I want inside.
Kane
I want
is
Foden.
around Tony.
I want Foden.
Guys.
I want Foden, and then I want Foden and
You
Grealish
can
around
play.
Kane.
You
And
can
if you're
play
gonna do
Foden for Bellingham. You can play Foden for Bellingham, and you can do that. But for me,
In a-
the creativity comes from the sides. Kane drops behind whoever striker is. I don't know who's number 9 now. It's Ivan Toney because he's on form. This is the only one that comes to my mind. If you play
that, this is
Sterling,
a
that's
starting World Cup.
you
by
know what the
way,
problem
starting
is.
World Cup
You know
team.
what the problem- I'm talking about. You know what the problem is? England. The problem with England is
Southgate
that every time you play Kane and you play Sterling and all these people, they all hover around the 18. Kane likes to be outside. You don't have someone to have touches inside.
Hover around
You need-
18 sounds Mendy vibes.
But for
Oh,
real,
God.
I'm serious. You get all these touches around the. I think one of the games in the Euros, I think you won. You got 5 touches in the opposition's box in the 90 minutes. I'm like, this is awful for an English team because Kane likes to drop outside. You don't have a forward, basically.
Sorry,
It's the same as he does-
before I segue, I've just started hearing the football in the background at last.
Really?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
first time I've heard it. Can we segue away from this quickly? There's a perfect point to segue away from, right? And it's a question that I've brought it up once or twice, and I want to turn it into a debate in the football world, right? And it's about Harry Kane.
Oh
Now-
my God, here we come again.
No, because Harry Kane right now, yeah, is getting away with doing something that hurts me to say it, but one of the best English forwards ever right, used to get grilled, even by his own fan base for, and Kane's getting away with it, right? When Rooney used to drop deep because the rest of the United team were not playing the way he wanted them to play, to get the ball and try and make things happen, Rooney was getting slaughtered, that he shouldn't be dropping deep. Kane's been doing it for like 2 seasons now, and he's younger than when Rooney started doing it, and he's just getting away with it. So why is Kane not getting the same energy that Rooney got? Cass, would you not agree? That's exactly what Rooney did. He'd get pissed off with the other teams to drop deep to create shit, and then everyone would be like, but he shouldn't be doing that. Kane has been doing it for 2 years now, 3 years, and it's like, he's amazing, he's great. But Rooney got slaughtered for it, and I don't understand the difference, to be frank with you.
I don't understand that either, man. Honestly, it's
I
just,
understand
the way the game. I think the way the game's evolved. The way the game's evolved, I think.
And I'm not knocking Kane. I'm not knocking Kane for doing it either, by the way.
Oh,
but what I'm saying is, why was Rooney getting slaughtered for doing it, but Kane's seen as fucking hell? He's trying to carry the team. Well, if you look at when Rooney started doing it, it's when he had to carry a team as well. So I just don't really understand why the energy is different. I think it's, I think maybe it's because Kane's a flipping so good in the media and whatever else that the media.
I'll tell you.
You
you want to know why or no? I'll tell you why.
If it doesn't involve planets, then we can.
I want to move on.
It's not because Kane, when he drops, he scores and he creates for his teammates. He does both.
Oh, Rooney did that a lot of times though as well. To be fair, come on, man.
But that's why I was going to say, Cass, you can educate me. My memory is not that great. Was Rooney scoring as much when he dropped deep? Kane always gets double digits, both goals and assists. I think one season he got 9 assists instead of like double digits. So for me, if you're gonna drop
Rooney
deep and still score,
Rooney's goal scoring ratio wasn't too bad,
No, it was as
he had a striker in front of him.
I'm talking about when he who did he have? Van Nistelrooy before he left.
Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie.
Van Persie is at the end. Van Persie is 2011.
Berbatov.
Tevez, yes. So he always had a striker. Kane doesn't.
He had 1 or 2 good strikers around him.
Yeah, but the difference is
no. Kane doesn't. No. But that's a difference.
You've eliminated the whole. You eliminate the whole thing then, Mo, because now we play in what we see is inverted wings and it's inverted forwards. Back then was left midfielders and right midfielders. If they had something about them, they could shoot and they would get a few goals. Now it's different.
So what's the point? Kane drops but still scores. Rooney drops, creates for his teammates.
Yeah, but Rooney still scored.
Yes. This is so, but you say Rooney was murdered. I don't get it. I was still. I thought
by the
Rooney,
media,
2005.
He definitely was.
Maybe I wasn't.
Maybe not. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm not meaning he didn't get slaughtered like some other players. He definitely was a talking point.
Rooney's 10 times the player Kane is.
Absolutely. I've never seen Kane score an overhead goal like that.
Rooney for me between 2005 and 2012, Rooney was one of the most effective players in the world.
Probably even less than that. He came to Man United what 2000 was it 2 or 3 I think.
2002.
He come off straight away. Fenerbahce 3-0 off the bat.
His age. Look, let's be real. The age he burst on the scene and kept it at that level. Rooney was absolutely what it is. I don't like it as a City fan. I don't like it, but I can't deny it.
Anyways, I'm going to move on to this question. Blake, sorry for taking too long, and guys as well. Who's the big dark horses in the World Cup? He's going to say Japan, and he says I think Spain gets knocked out early from a group as well. I don't think Spain's as good as people think. So I'm going to tell you the names of people, and just let me know. I'm going to say not the big names. There's Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, USA, Iran, Wales, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Poland, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia, Costa Rica, Japan, Spain and Germany in the same group, by the way. Canada, Morocco. I'm not going to say Croatia. Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. And the last ones you could probably pick
I'm not lying
is
right
Korea,
now, by the sound
What do you mean dark horses?
I'm sorry, if we had a manager that knew how to manage, this sounds like a World Cup that is actually winnable.
It kind of does. But I'm saying dark horse means what team do you expect? Like, people don't expect to go far, but will go far.
Who would I say if I say Uruguay? Would you be that cannot be?
That's fine.
Because it's a big nation, right? That's a big nation already. When I say Belgium,
I think it's okay. I think even Netherlands could be a dark horse that you could say because they haven't really been in
the Uruguay and Netherlands, you definitely think they could get to the quarters.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's put it down a little bit. Let's put it down a little bit. Then people that are not really known too much, them sort of teams, then like Ecuador or whoever it might be, Japan.
For me,
Japan,
it's
Serbia.
Senegal and Serbia.
Yeah.
Senegal and Serbia for me. Senegal and Serbia.
You know what? I must admit, Canada keep getting talked up. I keep
Yeah,
seeing
but it's
people talking
Canada.
about Canada, but
My,
no, I
my,
agree with
my,
you. But I keep seeing they're a team I'm interested to see because I
Who do
keep
we have?
hearing,
Who do they have?
you
hearing
know who
about
I'm gonna
Canada.
say, and I think Daps might know who I'm gonna say. I'm saying I loved them last time we done the Euros. I was a massive fan of them. Switzerland.
I'm
Who's
thinking
Switzerland?
Canada is gonna
Do
exit the
you
first
remember? I
round.
love Switzerland. Remember they
Yeah,
had that
but hold
striker.
on,
Can't
Switzerland have
remember his
got a
name.
few players I'm trying to think of. Oh,
They got a
actually, our boy,
few.
Kanji, he's Swiss,
Yeah, he scored today
and
against Spain.
isn't Donny
No,
as
I
well.
see, and
That
I
player
see
that no, he's
Switzerland
Austrian. He's
last.
Austrian, isn't
I
he?
see Switzerland last in the group. I see Brazil
So
and Serbia going through.
Switzerland's group. Switzerland's got Serbia, Brazil, Cameroon. I think Switzerland can beat Serbia and Cameroon. I'll be real.
We'll see, but I think it's gonna be a matchup maybe between Serbia
I'm
and
sorry.
Switzerland. But I still think Serbia is strong.
That's if you remember our Euros when we was doing the Switzerland. I can't. Who's their striker again? I can't remember his name. I can't think of his name, but I was loving him. He's
Hold
little
on.
short.
Who's-
Yankovic
Oh,
or something like that. Something like that.
Vlahovic is Croatian, isn't he? Vlahovic
But yeah.
is
Anyways,
Croatian,
moving
isn't
on.
he?
Next question.
Vlahovic Croatian?
Vlahovic,
Serbian.
he is
Serbian.
Oh,
Serbian.
what about them? Serbia. Yes, Milinkovic, Savic.
Milinkovic,
them,
Savic, Mitrovic. They
Mitrovic.
have a lot of
Oh
players.
my god, they've got a decent. Okay. He scored a hat trick today, by the way, Mitrovic. Serbia, I like that
I
one.
think
forgive
Vlahovic is
them.
Serbian. I'm just confirming he is. He's
What's
Serbian,
Shulok?
and he's a bench player for Mitrovic in the nation.
Yeah, that's mad still. Meanwhile,
Shulok?
we're still trying to work out if we take Ivan Toney or fucking a guy that's been injured for the past 2
Calvert
years.
Lewin.
Seferovic, that's the one. Narry. I
Calvert
narrow
Lewin.
your G for that one.
And the way he
Nagai
dresses, we're
Seferovic.
still not quite sure if he's playing for the men or women's team. So
Raheem
But
asked,
then people want to convince
us
us that England have the best squad to win the World
nah,
Cup.
but we definitely
The
don't.
people
We definitely
laughed
don't.
at me. I was with my friends. Most of them are Argentinian. Like here, in America, even in Texas, there's a lot of South American community here. For
Yeah, that's why I
football.
want to get over there, bro. Need to find a wife.
And then we got into a discussion about England, and then I was telling them that most of the media in England still think that England have a chance to win the World Cup.
Do
And
they?
they
No,
all-
they don't, bro. That's a fake.
I'm listening.
Uh,
Okay, let's talk sport, The Guardian, the BBC. I'm talking about the people that we listen to. You know what? These are the media.
Well, I mean, the
everywhere,
BBC
right?
and Guardian, yeah, they will do everything they can to back the country. They
Exactly.
know
Like
football fans
people
can
actually
win this,
come
bro. Come
on their
Like I said,
podcast, Daps,
bro,
and
we
say,
get to,
yes, we have a chance of winning the World Cup. This is
bro,
our year. I'm
bro,
like, what are you talking
no.
about?
We go into a World Cup thinking, now we can't win fuck all. We get through the groups, we scrape through the groups, then we come alive. We get a dodgy win in like the first stage of the knockout rounds, and that point we then think it's coming home. Yeah, like,
and that's the killer. I think that's the killer, man.
Yeah.
It happened to
Once
us.
you say
Like,
it's coming
that's
home,
we
you
was there.
lost
Was
me
there
at
with.
this point.
Nah. It's just. But you never. You know what it is? You will never understand because you're not English. Let's put it like
I'm
that.
never
That's
understand
why.
it because you should never understand it because
No,
you
no.
never lived when
See,
England
this-
won.
you know what it is?
you
You know what
never
it is?
lived when England
It's a
won.
sense of entitlement.
That's yeah.
But
Yeah.
for
it is.
what, guys? Because the league is the best
Entitlement,
league in the
bro.
world.
Yeah, entitlement, bro. Like literally, it's born. You got. If you look at the history of English people, if you look at the history of England, yeah, we've always had a sense of entitlement. Let's be real, yeah.
But
If you, I'm not going to get into politics, but if you deep it and think about it, it's definitely a sense of entitlement in every walk of life, and it's another one. But we should because we're
Let me
England, didn't
ask you
we?
something,
Like,
guys.
why? Based on what?
It's
Let me
just-
ask you
no,
something. I want to move on
no.
from this. I want to ask one question. I'm sorry. Do English fans consider themselves one of the top 6 nations in football in the world? Forget
As
the
fans,
clubs.
yes. As fans, as a club, no.
But is it subjective?
As a team, no. As a team,
As
no.
a
As fans,
subjective?
yes.
No. Yes, exactly. I don't think so. Like there are 6 nations bigger than you in the world in terms of trophies, international trophies and stuff.
But forget that, bro. Forget the trophies. Even if you look at like over my lifetime,
Performances.
there's so many teams that like have performed better than us.
Yeah, man.
And I'm meaning us perform. You know what? Let's be real. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the most exciting and the most excited I've been about an English team was Euro 96. Gaza. When we beat Holland. Was it Holland we beat 3-0?
4-1.
4-1, sorry. And then we beat the Gaza goal against Scotland.
Yeah, the 3 pass, McManaman's goal from the right side. Yeah.
That excited me. That was the shit.
That was great.
Since
though.
then,
that was a great game.
Then,
I'll be real. My
that
biggest
season, that year, we were screaming it's coming home, and I personally believed it. We were playing good football. It was in England. It
Yes.
was like, you know what? We're repeating 66, 30
Let me
years
tell you
later
what.
in England. Everything was great, and we were playing good football. We could believe that. Right now, I'm like, I don't believe nothing that's going on. With
2010,
England.
that Lampard goal, that
that
was
pissed
one
me off.
of the best teams. That was the
Don't
best
piss me off for
because
that.
Capello got you playing Italian effective football.
Italian effective.
No,
All right.
no.
Um,
It
innit?
works.
No, it didn't. Clearly it didn't. We still conceded 4
Don't
goals.
make us remove you again, young man.
What's your last outcome of the derby? I'm saying draw for the United. I'm gonna think Arsenal win in their derby, and I think United. Well, I think we can get a draw. That's just me being hopeful.
The both derbies.
And for me, I'm saying our show will be on Wednesday night, and watch it then.
Jamie asked this is a good question. He asked this way earlier. If you could change one rule in football, what would it be? I'll change VAR. Doesn't mean I'll change it completely. I just want to. I'd want to tweak when they say there's your toe offside and stuff like that. I think there needs to be a benefit of the doubt kind of situation. A hip, a toe, something small margins that needs to change for me.
Drunk monkey tennis at halftime.
Okay.
It would be entertaining, isn't it? I can't really think of anything else.
For me, I would actually make the game. That's gonna sound very American, but 4 quarters with less time in between. I think
and Beyonce at halftime.
No, less time in between. Just I want to watch the 90 minutes getting play. I don't want 15, 20 minutes with commercials in the middle.
All-Star game.
Maybe.
Tierney and Party are out for the North London derby. I'd say 3-2 Spurs. I didn't know that. So what is it? I don't. Is Zinchenko not?
Yeah,
back then?
but let's be real. This time before the about a week before, well, building up to the Arsenal United game, Zinchenko and several other players apparently weren't going to be fit. So we have to wait.
If Zinchenko and Tierney out and Party out, I would say
Tierney played today though against Ireland, and apparently Scott McTominay pulled out yet again. Can't believe it. But yeah,
the prophecy is right. Ferguson is right.
But look, Arteta's going to play these games for the whole week.
Yeah. What's the next question? Marata is saying, "What's your thoughts on Endrick from Palmeiras? Is that the?
Who's that?
He's the guy that's from the he's the Brazilian footballer, Endrick Felipe. He's that young baller. I think he's like 16 and he's absolutely killing the Brazilian league right now. Apparently he's tipped to be the next whatever, isn't it?
Sorry, what's he called started for Arsenal this season at all?
Who's that one?
Smith Rowe. Has he been playing?
He hasn't started, but he came on.
What's going on with him? What's going on with him? Because he was like, how old is he as well?
Because when you think about
it, he's older than Saka.
Last summer,
a few times.
Summer, not the summer we've just had, the summer before, he was like, didn't he get a new contract? And he was like being seen as the face of...
and all that.
22
and I
years
don't know,
old.
he just hasn't kicked on. And this isn't slander on Arsenal because maybe it shows how good the other players around him, but I just don't think he's really kicked on. Or maybe he hasn't been given a chance.
Not, you can't bench Martinelli, can you? And I'm being funny, you can't bench Odegaard either.
No, you can't. Odegaard's been good this season. There's no denying.
Yeah, exactly.
Odegaard's been good this season.
Endrick is saying he'll pass some time, but on injury.
He played 40 minutes the whole season. He played.
Sorry, Elneny.
Go on. Smith Rowe's dealing. Oh, that's it.
Wow,
He's got growing pains.
Wow.
What?
Man.
At his age?
Wow.
Yeah, I've got some growing pains. I might reach 6'2" or something. I might reach Daps' height.
All right, Martinez.
I love how no one's talking about my man's height no more. All right, this is
the most mental thing though, wasn't it?
It's stupid.
It was so clutchy, bro. Come on, man.
I don't want to. I can't bother it anyways. Predictions for the season's top 4. Mo, what was your top 4? What's your personal one? I know we got our one. I can bring up.
Terrence Tibbs. Sorry. Terry. 7. Stop. Listen. Stop bringing. What's the word? Stop bringing the show. No, there's something of the show. No, that's my guy, Terrence. That's the type of shit I would say. I wanted to say it, but I just didn't, and then you said it. So.
Oh, this is what we thought. is going to be our top 4, by the way. We thought this was going to be at City, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal. That's the top 4 that we got going on. But what's you lot's personal top 4? In no order, by the way. In any order.
Liverpool top.
No
United
order.
second. Yeah, Liverpool top. United second. Arsenal
Wait, is United
third.
in your top 4?
Yeah, Liverpool
He's
first.
kidding, bro.
United second.
No.
Arsenal
He's
third.
joking, bro.
And
He's joking.
and fucking Leicester fourth.
No. But what's your personal top 4 like? In no order, like doesn't matter if you say City
Oh,
first.
the top 4 at the moment, based on the here and now. And there is loads of
forget the
caveats.
here and now. Forget the here and now.
No. So for me at
Anything.
the moment, I would say City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. At the moment. But the whole thing is that if Chelsea's if Chelsea click, they can definitely do it, but they need to click. They really need to click, and they need. The thing is, they need to click quickly, because the more, if they're seeing Arsenal and Tottenham or Liverpool, the more Arsenal keep winning games, they're putting space between them and the other teams. And this is a thing when we're talking. Let's forget the Arsenal challenging conversation. Arsenal's objective this season was to get top 4. The more they keep winning, and the more the other teams that's objectives were top 4 don't, they're putting space between them. And everyone needs to remember that, because at the end of the season, that could become those big margins now could still be small margins. But if it's 2 points, it's 2 points. That's going to be them in top 4. So
I want to highlight something for Mo here, by the way, and guys, about the Serie A. How good the Serie A is this season so far. Napoli
coming back in it. It's coming back. Napoli look cold, man.
Napoli are first.
Football. But Napoli are playing nicer football than they've ever played before, right?
Yeah. It looks fluid. Atalanta are second on the same points, just less goal difference. Udinese has the best form in the whole league with 5 wins in the last 5
games in a row.
5 games in a row,
and including Roma. Enter on the like sweeping
you know,
people.
the funny thing is that when you've listed the teams you've listed so far, I'm sat there going, okay, so when are you going to mention Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and Roma?
I'm coming.
Lazio, yeah.
So Atalanta, by the way, they're known for that being very attacking, but they've conceded the least goals in the league so far. 4th is Lazio, by the way, with 14 points. So Napoli, Atalanta on 17 points, Udinese in 16, and they've actually beat a couple good teams as well. Lazio are in 14 points and 4th. Then is AC Milan on 14 points. Then Roma in 6th on 13. Where's Inter Milan? 7th on 12 points.
So can I just segue real quick?
Oh yeah. Juventus, because Juventus lost, they dropped below us.
Juventus have 3 draws, 1 win, and 1 loss in their last 5 games. Shocking.
So can I just say something quick? People, I don't know how many likes we've got so far, but earlier on, me and my daughter, 74, not bad at all, and 75 in it. Earlier on, me and my daughter recorded a 6-minute video, right, doing a challenge. We were testing these sours out, yeah. If you lot can get it to 110 likes before the end, I know it's very hard, we'll upload it. For my daughter, not for me, for my daughter, please, because she really wants it to go on YouTube. But I'm like, I don't know. So please, people.
Do teams play more games in the Europa League or in the Champions League? I think
Europa
it's
League
exactly this.
Europa League,
if you go all the way, Europa League,
Europa League has an extra round and has an extra round. You know that.
I mean, technically, if you're Man United, then you should be able to rest a lot of players against teams like Sheriff.
No. They have an extra round around the 32, I think.
Yeah, but you should be able to. You're playing a team of Sheriffs. Like, you should be able to.
Shut the Sheriff. Is EPL a Farmers League? Nah, man. I refuse to believe that.
Why would people say that? I don't get this.
It's only happened ever since Liverpool smashed Bournemouth 9-0 and Nottingham Forest got smashed 6-0 by Man City, and then that's when the whole Farmers started.
I can call it Farmers League when Man City win 6 out of the last.
So Bayern Munich have won the last 10 leagues.
Yeah, but that's why it's Farmers League. When Juventus won the league 9 years in a row, it's Farmers League. You're sweeping everybody away. It's as simple as that. But
do you know what? I think it's also relevant as well when the English teams when no English teams are making the semis, the finals consistently every single year in the Champions League, you can start calling it the Farmers League. But there's no coincidence that when our teams are stepping into the Champions League right now, getting to the semi-final, like this season, City got to the semi-final, Liverpool got to a semi-final, Liverpool got to a final. Season before, City and Chelsea in the final. I'm not going to keep going back, but
I think it
it's
goes to
very
show
regular.
English,
and if we're a
English,
Farmers League, yeah, why do our teams consistently make it to the semis and the finals in Europe? Like, it's come on. But then often it's
City got
teams.
to a
So, for
semi-final.
example, Liverpool didn't win the league; they got to the final of the Champions League. Season before, Chelsea didn't win the league or come second. They won the Champions League. So when it's teams that aren't even winning the league are getting to the final of the Champions League, you can't call the league they're coming from the Farmers
But
League.
let me tell you why it's you cannot. For me, the Premier League, the beauty of the Premier League, the league got very, 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 very good and got the most views ever. Even when Leo Messi and Cristiano were on top of their level in La Liga. You know why? Since 2008 until City won it twice, I think in 16, 17, 18, no team has won it 2 years in a row. That makes it interesting right away. It's like you cannot just come to this league and win it 2 years in a row. And that happens everywhere. Barcelona won it twice, Real Madrid won it twice. And like for me, 2008, when Man United won it, and then after that with Chelsea, 9 and 10, it's every team comes in. Manchester United, City, and then Leicester, then Chelsea, then City again. You know what I mean? It makes it, okay, this is no dominance here in this league. You can watch it not knowing who's going to win it. While you watch League One, League A, you know who's going to win it, right? Most likely, it's going to be PSG. It's just going to be PSG. In Serie A, it's the same. So for me, no. It's never.
Actually, no. That's why I think everyone's liking a Serie A at the moment is because look, Inter Milan won it, then AC Milan won it, and I look at it right now. There's so many, and the thing is,
Napoli can win it.
Napoli can't, no, but he can win it. It's still early. Things can definitely change. You think Inter Milan get probably a new coach, which I think they will, and Juve, you'll see a big spike. You know what? Could you see Mourinho getting tipped up from Roma to go back to Inter Milan or somewhere like that?
He's on a big contract at Roma. He's in the second biggest contract in Italy after Allegri.
I think if he had the chance to manage the players he does at Inter, I think he can revive himself potentially.
Yeah, but he doesn't. We don't have the money to pay him.
Yeah, no, but the thing is with Mourinho now, I think he's tweaked the way he's playing a little bit as well, the way his style is. I think he's fine. He stopped being the way he is because Roma.
Yeah, he has. I feel like that as well.
It's tweaking. He knows he needs to get back on top. And the Stormzy video he's got going out, cold. That is, he's got the streets more than any other manager ever will. He's just got the
more than you ever imagine, more than you can
more than you believe. What do you think about De Zerbi? He's the old Sassuolo coach in Shakhtar Donetsk. Now he manages Brighton. So for me, I feel like I like how he gives young players a chance, which suits Brighton. I feel like they kind of known and his risky football, but in my opinion, he's a philosophy merchant.
You know, one time with Sassuolo, he scored 60 and conceded 60 in the same year. It was mad, right? Who can do that?
So scored 60?
I conceded 60, the team. And
who
they
can
came
do that?
like
You know what?
7.
Oh, that was one hell of a bump from...
Even Man United don't concede that many.
Like 60. But then you score 60, you know, like you score 40 and you concede 60. You come like, in the league, you come 15th. But then he came 7th. He was like the 4th, like high scorer in the league, but he was also the 4th or the 3rd most conceded goals in the league. I'm like, okay, this is very risky football, and as you said, it's gonna be exciting though, but it's not gonna be. I'm not sure if it's gonna work in the Premier League.
Sorry, before we end the show as well, Cass, remind me, I've got a sensational show. I'm not going to say it because someone else will hear it and do it, but I've got a sensational.
Oh, what you can tell me at the end?
Yeah, it's sensational, bro. I've been involved in a few debates recently, yeah, where I thought, you know what, this is, but we've had to, not in this, on other shows where it's had to move on, yeah, because it wasn't the topic of the show. And I thought, you know what, this needs a whole show because it really, let's get an answer once and for all for this. And it's one that we can get a good panel of maybe a few of the representatives of the teams that will be in the debate, but then a few people like Mo. Mo is sensational at coming to shows with agendas, right? This show, I want Mo to literally come with no research, no nothing, and just hear the evidence presented. Mo can literally wear a judge hat for it, yeah, and he can judge based on everything that is put in front of him.
Oh,
and it'll
damn.
be interesting, and it'll be really good as well, because what you will find as it goes on, is that there will be points where people from different teams team up to shut other teams up because they want to get involved in debates that I feel they don't have any room in.
Before that, Sean, never thought can you do this against what Q&A? You might.
Mm.
I think we might have filled up a show slot then, because I know we're moving our call-in show to a different day. Just hasn't been decided yet. But a Q&A show on a Friday potentially to replace that with.
I like Q&As. I like Q&As definitely. Have
Q&As
we got any?
decent,
But before we finish, are there any more that we need to talk?
Yeah,
on?
we've got 6 more. We've got 6 more questions to go through. So that should so quick fire ones. Question: if Pep stays for 5 more years, how many Premier League and Champions League titles can he win? Well, can he win a Champions League title?
Is that to me? Shall I answer this?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Actually,
if he stays, so if it's 5, right? So this is his last season. If he stays for 5 more on top of this, let's exclude the fact that we're going to win it this year.
You admit it.
If Pep stays for 5 more years after this year, then I would say 3 is very achievable. Like 3, easy. Like if you look at his record so far, 300%. As for Champions Leagues, you know what? It would be nice to say, and it would, for me, it would cement him. If in those 5 years, well, if he wins it this year and then wins 1 more, for me, if Pep, he's not going to stay for 5 more years, to be frank. But if he did, in those after this season, if he could leave Manchester City with, after winning it this year, a further 3 more, and in total 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Champions League would secure it. I mean, do you know what? He doesn't even need a Champions League to secure his legacy. But 1 would shut everyone else up. But what I've now realised, because I've spoke to 1 or 2 Chelsea fans, there's a new one being thrown in there that if we win, because I was like, if we win 1 Champions League, can everyone just fucking shut up and leave us alone? Yeah, can everyone just leave us the fuck alone about the Champions League? And then he goes, no, because we've won 2, so you need to win a second. So I'm like, right, cool. And then when we win a second, United fans are going to pop up, going, well, we've won. And then Liverpool, it's like it's a never-ending thing. But for me, it would be great if he could leave City with 2 Champions Leagues, and I can't even count how many Premier Leagues that would leave him with. But
yeah, quick fire question for Daps. Quick one. No reason behind it. Van Dijk or Diaz?
Diaz, bro. I can't fucking stand. Van Dijk.
Yes, Daps. Back in the
come on.
Mo,
bro. We got there's. He's a City player. There's no Liverpool player I'm going to pick over a City player.
No, but hold on.
It's a quick fire.
Being a subjective. Be subjective.
No, that's stay like that, bro. I love it. Mo, how do you think USA will do in the World Cup?
I don't know. I'm not American. I have no idea. I know only one. I know only one player. Reina, in the American team. That's it.
McKennie, Reina, the Aronson guy.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. But I think I tell you what, the Americans think they will go through the group. This is from me talking to the American friends here.
I like it.
But I think they'll go out. I think they'll go out.
Ilyas saying Daps agenda. Yeah, my agenda is I fucking hate Liverpool. It's very clear, bro. It's not really an agenda.
What's it called? See by I big up for the super chat. It says Pep has 3 Champions Leagues and took it from Fergie. So stop. Oh, he's talking about
overall.
He has 2.
I almost feel like the Champions League needs to be a City conversation, not a Pep conversation. But people just
appreciate the super chat though. Big up you.
Yeah,
got a few more.
Thank you.
Few more questions to go. Franklin Cap says, question: how do you guys see AC Milan, Inter, Napoli, and Juve in the Prem? If they integrate into the Prem, if you're asking that, is he trying to make it like that?
Napoli could bang in the Prem. Napoli could bang in the Prem.
Their transitional football would slap in the Prem. So I'm going to give Napoli a go. Juve they'll be like Chelsea for me. Don't like right now. Inter Milan, I think Inter Milan would do quite well, regardless of their coach. I think AC Milan would kind of struggle, I'll be honest.
The squad is not the...
I've always thought Napoli...
Yeah.
But you know what? Not even just the Napoli football now. Even the Napoli football before, I've always just thought Napoli seemed to play a style of football that I think English teams would. Well, yeah, not always exciting. This season more than ever, but I've always seen Napoli as a hard team to play. To be frank with you, I've just always thought Napoli.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for Liverpool as well. Blue Moon SC says, "Are Roma smaller than Inter?"
Okay, there's a simple. Inter won the league 19 times. Roma won it 3 times. So Inter won Champions League 3 times. Roma played in Champions League probably like 5 times.
Oh shit! Yeah, they got slapped by us, Ronaldo. No, no.
7.
Panda, which I can't lie, Roma's my Italian team, man. I love them, but it's just is what it is. Because
I need to go Rome. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Rossi,
looking at Rome
Rome's
this morning.
quality.
I need to
Rome's
go
quality.
to Rome
Rome's
ASAP,
quality.
man.
Aye,
I've
Rome,
never
You
been
never
there.
been?
I've been.
You never been?
Oh, it's mad, isn't it? Honestly,
Oh my
I've wanted
god.
to go there for so long,
Aye.
and I've been so many different countries, but Rome is just, for whatever reason, the only place in Italy I've ever been is Venice. To be fair, I've never been
Really?
anywhere
I've been
else.
Venice
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Venice is very
I've
nice.
been I've
It's
been
weird. You know what?
Italy
When I
is
first
I've been everywhere, man. in
see
Italy.
Venice, it's confusing at first with all the alleyways and everything, and you're like,
I
wait,
like it
how
though,
the hell do I
bro.
get
I
this?
like it, man.
Like, the
Just,
thing is, see with Rome, I'm not joking. That's when I'll show you anyways. My room that I had there, right next to near the train station, beautiful. I'm not. It's
yeah.
quality.
See, the thing with me is though, bro, like
Not even expensive.
I love history in it. I'm a big sucker
Same.
for history. Yeah, so
You guys
that's
have to go to
something.
Florence then. You gotta go to Florence.
Yeah, I think I have to. I only want to
We
go
need
to
to go,
Florence
really.
because of Assassin's Creed, which is a video game. So yeah, that's
Oh
the
yeah,
reason why
yeah,
I
I
wanna go
know
to
that
Florence.
game. Yeah,
Assassin's Creed. This is a game that I've
Sick.
I never
Sick.
I don't play computer, but it looks like the coldest game. I could watch Cass
It
play
was
it and probably
so
think this game's cold, man.
it's sick. Before we get to the last question from Panda, I don't know if anyone else done any last minute ones, but we'll keep it to this one anyways. Yeah, but see, Rome, I walked everywhere. No metros, nothing. I walked to the Colosseum. I walked to the way to the Vatican. I walked everywhere, and little shops that you find along the way are quality. The fresh bakeries, the
You did
fresh
the
ice cream
European
shops.
You know
walking.
what?
You know, I did
I'm
this
not
the
gonna
first
lie. I
time
love
when I was
European
younger.
cities, man.
I did the first day. I did this the first time when I was younger. When I walked, me and my wife walked all Rome, like
Yeah.
everywhere. And then
Yeah,
we looked
everywhere,
at
same.
we looked at the watch. She had like the Apple Watch. It's 45,000 steps.
Steps.
That's it.
That was us in
Like,
Venice, though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I went Venice, I surprised my ex wife for her wedding, no, for her birthday, and she was pregnant, and it was like early August. Yeah, it was boiling hot, but walked everywhere. But it was, yeah, Venice. I found Venice lovely. I found a lot of European cities beautiful. Do you know another mad one? I've never been to Holland as well. I've never been to Dam as well.
You've never been to Holland. You never been to Holland?
One of my close friends lives over there. I've told him I'm going to go over there soon.
I've been. Well, part of my family from Rotterdam, innit? So that's
where
only
he's
place
from.
I've been.
Well, he's from Morocco.
You look Dutch, so.
Yeah, he does. My friend's from Morocco, but he's living in Rotterdam at the moment. And he kind of had a go at me the other week when he was back in England, saying he never come to see me. So I'm going to go over there.
You guys have not been to like that many places, and I would think.
But loads of, you know what it is? It's I've been Dubai like.
Where do you go?
I've been like Dubai. Well, I've been Portugal probably about 40 times. I've been Dubai probably about 7 times. I've been Thailand 3 times. Been Jamaica. Been
Spain. A lot of English people go to
Mallorca,
Barcelona,
Barcelona for football.
Mallorca,
yeah, Mallorca
right?
a lot. But it's just Holland. You know what it is? A lot of my friends go Holland a lot. Yeah, but when they go Holland, I stopped smoking weed when I was a lot younger, whereas and I've always just got this thing that Holland's about 2 things: smoking weed and the red light districts. And I'm like, I'm not on neither of them. So, but then people keep telling me that Holland's so much more than that. Yeah. I've heard this. I've heard it's good for shopping as well, to be fair. So,
but everybody smokes weed.
Yeah.
Let me just put it straight.
So who's my family's team in Rotterdam, by the way? There's a few teams surrounding. Who do you reckon it is? I'll give this one to Mo if your geography's up there.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm like,
huh?
Rotterdam. I don't know. Like there's a team called Rotterdam.
Feyenoord, right?
Oh, Feyenoord, yeah.
Feyenoord, Rotterdam. Feyenoord. This is the third biggest team.
Them. I feel for them that their name's
though.
Rotterdam, though. It's like it sounds like literally they're called the
Feyenoord,
shit
Rotterdam.
version of Amsterdam.
So you're gonna know why I'm gonna be back in Molessia.
Rotterdam. Amsterdam that's fucking been left.
The only thing is, yeah, if you do end up going Italy, Daps, especially in Rome, everyone's gonna be shouting, Mr. English, and then
bro, I'm used to that. Look at me, bro.
Boring.
Really?
No.
Really?
They try to sell you stuff. Yeah. They try to sell you stuff and try.
Listen,
I always like.
Try walking around Thailand.
Yeah, but that's Thailand though. That's Thailand though. That's the Far East. That's different.
Last question: Which manager in the Premier will be sacked next? I think Moyes can be after West Ham. Some respect. My one's easy. It's Brendan Rodgers.
They're going to say Lord. Yeah, it has to be Brendan, man. Has to be. The guy deserves it as well. He's even coming out slandering the club and that. Like,
Yeah.
I hate the guy.
But
I can't stand him. I think.
anything else that anyone-
I don't
think
get
as
it.
well.
Why do
I
you
just say
guys hate Brendan Rodgers?
Now
I
you
don't
know
get
what?
it.
Do you know what?
He's not hating him. He's just done, bro. He's not that. He's just done.
No,
He's done
do
it.
you know what I've heard?
not
I've
that
heard a
good,
few. I've also heard some nasty shit about him as well. That the guy's an arrogant prick as well. Bit like Maguire. Maybe that's where it came from. But
Great character.
but yeah. Nah, man. As for Moyes and West Ham, I think that West Ham will.
They won't hesitate to sack him if it came
I
down to
think-
it.
I think they'll stay loyal with him for a bit. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
for a
think they
bit.
will.
Yeah, for a bit. I will. I reckon they'll give him to. I reckon if they don't pick it up in October, he's gone.
Nah,
Gone.
nah,
World Cup.
definitely
Think
not.
of, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. He's
They won't,
he's
bro.
got, so if they don't pick up, remember they're near bottom of the league, right?
No,
Near
Leicester.
bottom of the league. No, they're
Leicester.
near bottom of the league. I'm saying West Ham. If they
Yeah,
don't pick up
they
the
are
result,
To be
seven
fair,
points.
do you know what?
convincing-
Actually, the one thing I would say is, yeah, for the first time, they really did back in this season. So yeah, it
Yeah,
is
that's
a
what I'm
valid
saying.
point.
So
Yeah.
and with the World Cup coming up, I guarantee they will find some coaches there as well. There'll be every club will be eyeing if they look in potential place. Let's see who's going to be the underrated coach, guaranteed. But other than that, is anyone else anything want to say anything before I do?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the mods doing amazing job as usual. Thanks for the super chat to Bias Man City, was it, or Bias Blue Moon, one of the two.
But yeah,
Bias Man City.
that's the one.
Yeah, thanks to everyone watching
Blue Moon
this.
Bias.
Thanks to you two for being here. Thanks to Soups for setting up the amazing overlay.
And the sick lighting in the background. It's cold.
Yeah, and getting the lighting a lot better. I can never seem to do it right, but
Yeah.
um,
Anything you want to say, Mo?
Yeah, I can't wait for the Premier League to come back.
yeah, same,
Oh,
bro.
I'm
It's
dying,
been nice,
I'm
long,
dying.
innit, man. It's
I'm
long.
tired of this, man. I'm tired of I'm tired of this. I'm tired.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It is as well. It's like the YouTube numbers. Holds out all the other content creators that have messaged me moaning about the numbers at the moment. I get it. I guess people just aren't searching YouTube as much, so the algorithms aren't kicking for any of us as much, unless, of course, you are. And we were going to talk about it today, but we can maybe do it tomorrow with the FIFA thing. I think it's more. I think it's
that's what I
more
was gonna
hand in
say.
hand with FIFA.
That's
Yeah,
what I was going to
but
say.
I do think what we were going to talk about tonight, being the charity game earlier, I think that goes hand in hand with FIFA a bit. It's kind of a similar group of people. But some great
Yeah,
goals,
so-
by the way. Some fucking
Yeah.
great goals, though, that we need
Guys,
to
Hey,
talk
that
about.
one
I
from
want to tell
Co-
people before we go on, people, if you have any idea, if you want us to talk about something, don't hesitate to reach out on Instagram,
fully.
YouTube, please, Twitter. Just text us, message us, and we'll definitely respond. Just get us, tell us what you want, and then we'll just present it. Especially in these times where international football is
all the way
happening.
from Aussie land. Christopher Ward, big up. Yeah, man, there was some sensational goals earlier. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing
The
a
Philly
thing.
goal. The Philly goal.
So we got a new show on Sunday coming up, which is going to be, some might know, some might not know. It's not tomorrow, but we're starting next week. Rivals, not viral. So it's going to be our own sort of show where you'll see great personalities of different teams that support different clubs come together and absolutely rip into one another. I'm sure it'll get a bit techie. So, and everyone's got a very good personality. So, but other than that, tomorrow we'll be back at some point. I'm going to guess in the afternoon for we're going to be doing the FIFA 23 ratings. So if I see Bruno Fernandes and he's got something like 90 passing somehow, that is a blunder. I'll rip into him. It's as simple as that. Something like that. Anyways, it's just an idea. But anyways, catch us tomorrow on Sunday afternoon. Being Cass, being Daps, being Mo.
And if you're watching this
And-
back, like again in the face. Punch
Yeah,
it.
man. And watching us back, definitely, man. Other than that, enjoy your night. Got an hour before it hits midnight.
Salute.